Blooples.
Hey everybody, welcome to Phixius 5. It's Friday night. Hello.
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 Why? Why say goodbye? Hello.
No,
Yeah.
You say hello, I say goodbye.
Yep, that's it.
That's backwards.
First things first, a couple of announcements. We are raising money for Black Girl White Coat. We have a massive, 12 and a half hour stream for tomorrow. It's for our birthdays, but it's also for Black Girl White Coat. So Black Girl White Coat is a charitable 501c organization, however you say it, that raises money for people that are in the healthcare field, specifically people of color, Black and Hispanic, and they offer mentorship and sponsorship and assistance for that education. What?
You gotta turn off emote only.
Oh, sorry, I thought I did.
Screaming emojis.
I don't know what's happening.
If you sub to the channel, you get extra emojis unlocked, or you could use channel points.
There you go.
And participating in other channel stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't turn those off. Sorry, guys. But they're on now, so you're good to go. You can type into chat. Sorry.
No, you are not allowed to speak this whole episode.
Fuck all of y'all.
Oh, that'd be so terrible.
Anyway, you can donate via our Twitch link. It's the donate button underneath the chat bar. I don't think you can do it from your phone. It has to be from a browser. I don't know why that's the case, but that's the case. So do it from a computer browser. You can donate via... I pressed a button and now everything's all fucked. It's great. Everything's fine. Anyway, donate via the link in chat on our Twitch side of things, not on our YouTube side of things. There's the link in chat or the link below the video. Again, you cannot do it from your phone. So, yeah, just check us out on a computer or whatever. Next, our sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. We love Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code TheVactaire, all one word, for 10% off of your dice order. And yeah, we also have our pick of the week, which was a Dark Star, I believe.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah, they're blue and black and very funky. Why'd you pick those, Maggie?
Because they're edgy, and I have a feel, and they also are space themed, and we got a bunch of space themed characters, like Keisha's Aster, who's gonna be tonight, who is a Circle of the Stars druid, and my Circle of the Stars druid named Atlas, so it totally wasn't self-serving as well. Also, we have so many dark and edgy characters like Heli, Athelstan, just very edgy.
Apple stand, very edgy.
Yeah. So basically, there is darkness in the light, and without darkness, you couldn't see the light anyway. So it's like yin and yang, all of that good shit.
Yeah.
Also,
so edgy.
They look pretty.
Absolutely. Good pick. I like them. They're very pretty and sparkly. That's my go-to. They're sparkly. I like them. So tomorrow, like I said, we have our birthday bash starting at 11:30 with Together Among the Stars. The story is GM-less, and basically we just roll dice and do some very chill space exploration. Artemis and I are going to be on tomorrow morning, and after that's done, we're going to roll right into our stream with DM Jeremy running his homebrew nonsense, and it's Oops All Rogues, so it's going to be interesting.
Oh, no.
Sunday, we're back on DM Jeremy's channel for Legacy of Fire at 7:30. Then back here on Monday at 8:30 for Mistwalkers. Wednesday, we're over on Goodman Games official Twitch channel at 9 o'clock for Wasteland Saga. And session 1 of our new Final Fantasy-based D&D campaign, Song of Crystal and Shadow, is starting on Thursday at 8:30. Should be good. That one's coming out. We had a session 0, went pretty well, and then session 1 is this Thursday. You can also check out our new merch store on Society 6. Look for Vacter TTV, and you can find all of our cool designs, including the Not a Peasant floral arrangement, which was came out last week, and we kind of ran with it.
You have to prove it, so that you remind other people that you are on a different level.
Yep. So Not a Peasant, you can get it on t-shirts, stickers, whatever you like, including like de facto dice trays. It's like a serving drink tray, but I think we can use it for dice trays, so that's what I set it up as. And as well, if you miss any of our one-shots or our sessions and you're more of a podcast person, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. I'm tired now.
There's a lot this week.
That was a lot. But you know what? You can take over now, Artemis. I'm going to rest my voice.
Aw.
Yeah. All right. So last time we played, you all had arrived in Ebonbreak and had 2 months of downtime. There was some shenanigans and some cuteness, and of course everything's super gay, and it was a good time. Everybody, you got your household set up. You guys now own the home known as Windspire Manor. Ram finally planted that acorn that's been rattling around in her head since session 4. Turned into a giant tree named Stoke Jr. It's the whole thing. Aster got their own familiar.
Yeah, I did.
Named Taiji after one of the moons.
Yeah.
There's now 3 of those little fuckers running around here. It's great. And
Gotta catch them all.
pretty much. At the very end of everything, you were all sort of summoned to the palace, where the queen gave you a rundown of 3 items that they are fairly certain of the location of, or at least have solid rumors regarding. And you sort of have a decision to make. You're still sort of all gathered at the palace, in this sort of makeshift, not necessarily a war room, but they've been doing their research and everything is sort of gathered there, and that's where you guys are. You're sort of looking at a map right now, sort of making decisions. So, but Elise, Queen Ileana looks at you and she says, before you go, I have something for you. And she goes over to a sort of writing desk and she takes out an envelope and she comes to you and she hands it to you. And you see that it's an envelope that there's no writing on it or anything, but when you flip it over, it is sealed with her personal signet.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells you, she says, if you find yourselves in very dire circumstances that might require some assistance politically, this may help, but I don't recommend using it unless the need is great.
I nod and I accept it with both hands and bow respectfully before putting it in my bag. And I say, understood. I know what power this document has, and I appreciate the esteem that you put in me. I shall do my best to not encounter any situations where the need for this might arise. Please focus on staying well, both you, your children, husband, all in all, the kingdom. Queendom.
Thank you. Thank you. She's still got the scarf on that Ram made her.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
Any idea where you will head first?
I believe we're going up to Baguna to catch an airship to go next to pulls up the map. Hold on. I gotta pull it. It's in the chat.
Struggling with pulling out the map.
I'm looking at the pub. We're going to Baguna, and then we're going up to, hold on, I gotta zoom in. The middle dot. Oh no, it's near the Haven Mountains, the middle dot, the pink one.
Fax Gate.
Yeah, we're going there, I think.
Okay.
And then we'll be going to Haven's Fury and then swinging around. We heard there was an island on the southwestern coast. Do you know anything about that?
There are several islands down there. What do you
One
mean?
in particular that might have large, scaly reptiles?
Oh, you mean Dathel,
Yes.
the home of several dinosaurs.
Yes.
Yes, I've heard of it. I've never
Yes.
been there myself.
Oh, I was hoping maybe you had stories. We just were interested in going there.
It is, for the most part, untamed. Not many travel there, for good reason.
What's the reason?
Large lizards with sharp teeth.
That's the fun part.
The
I
teeth?
promise we will not dilly-dally on Davo. We just wanted to see it as we were swinging back around to go to Veltour.
Feltodir?
Yeah. I have an accent, excuse me.
Feel like that's the longest way to possibly take.
But dinosaurs.
It's
Because
have
the
a
longest way you could
timeline?
possibly take.
What would be the shortest way we could take, though? If you had to
Straight down the middle of the continent would be the shortest way.
I mean, it would almost make sense to
Well-
just go straight down and then visit the island from there.
Okay, let's do
From
that.
where you are now, the shortest thing to do would be to actually go to Veltodir because there is a skyship that goes straight there.
Oh, I didn't real. Okay, hey guys, Elise says, what if we go to Veltordia first? Actually,
Literally what I've been saying.
No, I think we should do your first plan. Let's go north.
I will
we've been
Chaos.
debating this in
I
chat
will
for-
leave that up to you. I do have other matters to attend to, the queen says.
That's
We're
also
still
what
like,
Artemis said in chat too.
I gave you the guys I gave you guys the skyship routes in chat. So
Okay, we're gonna go somewhere. But I bow and I say thank you very much. We will dismiss ourselves. We hope to see you soon, well and in good health, and not destroyed by dinosaurs.
I think that was a joke. They do that when they're joking.
It was a joke.
Ha 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 ha.
I go to pat Aster on the back. And
Karini just like puts her arms around them both and starts corralling them out of the room.
like shoving them out the door.
Okay, we're
from an
we're done
anime
here.
where
I
like,
think
like,
she's
you
got
just a
things
little
to
line
do.
being away.
What's running
Okay.
a kingdom?
So you're escorted back out to the front of the Sterling Palace, back out into the city of Ebonbrake. And you can, it is getting towards evening, so you are able to, go back to your house for the night if you want, or you can leave straight away. Sort of up to you.
Why don't we catch an airship and sleep on the airship?
Yeah, I was gonna lean towards that too.
Does it leave? Soon?
You got your sheep person.
What?
Yeah, we got all of that taken care of. No worries at all. There's a sheep
Oh!
person and housekeeper.
That's right.
Yes, a person who is a sheep. Like those herring gone people, but a sheep person.
I coughed right in my kettle. Just.
Graham, I think you might have a computer virus.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's called C0V1D. I'm working on it.
Need to- Someone downloaded some spyware onto your...
So, can we go to the... Why did my brain say Home Depot? Can we go to the airship landing? I don't want to go to Home Depot.
What is the fantasy equivalent of Home Depot? Take us there.
It's
I wanna...
Gnome Depot.
No,
Right,
Depot.
right, that's
Nice.
right. Gnome Depot. Where all the gnomes live.
Name of Bilphus's new shop.
Yeah.
Just so chat knows, I've had a migraine every day this week, so my brain is very broken.
At
But
least you
let's
have
go
an
to the
excuse.
airship depot.
The Sky's Reach Tower is not that far from where you are. That's the sort of tower that the airships buddy up to when they're in town.
Oh, buddy.
I walk with
Excellent.
my arms swinging, proudly, marching off.
You march with purpose towards the Sky's Reach Tower.
Yes, so much
Okay.
purpose. The purpose of eventually seeing dinosaurs. Also, helping the Raven Queen because we're going there. But also
you-
dinosaurs.
Okay. Well, the skyships are the only one that isn't currently in town is the
That
the
That would be
Nimble
pretty
Endeavor,
would be funny.
I think. Hang on. Yeah, the only one that's not in town right now is the Nimble Endeavor. That goes to Alonia, which is in northwest Jisir, which is nowhere near where you have to go, so
Okay, so
unless you want to cross the Haven Mountains that direction, which is entirely possible. But
no,
Let's fellowship it.
we have to confront our fate, and then we can go fuck around and find out.
okay. So where would you like to go is the question.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Emily said.
Dwarves. That wasn't me.
Oh,
Okay.
No, but we
Okay,
said it before in the chat.
that's
Oh, I
fine.
said it before.
that's fine.
We're doing great tonight.
I'm fine.
Oh.
My brain is
all-
I told y'all we didn't have to fucking play.
We're good. We're good.
Good. Karini's bringing like 3 books with her to keep studying.
What are the books? What are the titles? What are the exact titles?
Something probably kind of boring.
Oh, okay, so that's one book. What are the other 2?
There's got to be at least one on divination. And I don't know what else.
It's something probably boring, the sequel to Much Ado About Nothing.
Maybe. Could be.
You have interesting taste, Karini. But I'm ready. I'm ready.
The third one is just Tusk Love, but it's for research purposes.
I don't think Karini cares about Tusk Love, to be honest.
Lies.
It's in like another language, so she can learn another language.
Ah,
The only purpose.
that is a good way to learn.
Wink, wink.
Alright. So yeah. You're able to barter passage on the skyships, as the Queen had given you a writ before that allowed you to do so. The Intrepid Eclipse is the one that heads to Veltodir from where you're going, and the captain tells you that they'll be leaving at first light, so you can either, hang out on the ship for the night or come back in the morning, however you choose to do it.
Do we recognize this captain? Does this captain look any way, shape, or form familiar as another one?
It does not.
Great. Okay. I think actually Aster would hold out her hand and be like, "I need to see your credentials, sir. I have reason to mistrust."
I'm sorry, who are you?
It doesn't matter. Credentials.
It matters to me. This is my ship.
Okay. My name is Aster. Credentials.
They just want to know if you're certified or not, which I'm sure you are. They're just nervous. Sorry about that. We had a
I'm
bad
thorough.
experience. You know, fuck. What's the guy's name?
Yeah, what was his name? We need to name
Captain
drop him.
Aurelius.
Yes,
I say
Aurelius.
we had a fight with Hester. You know Hester.
Okay.
Yeah, do you? Do you know him?
So-
How
Not in a.
You see this captain when you mention Captain Aurelius makes sort of a very almost pained face, like
Okay, I trust him. Good enough for me. Walks away.
Rainy,
That's
who's
your
never
favorite
been on a
my favorite color is blue.
Okay. Okay.
Is it blue because of the sky and you're like in it all the time?
No.
Okay, good, because that would be a little unoriginal. I approve. Good job. You pass. I am
Thank you, I
spicy.
think.
I don't know why.
Okay, well, make yourselves at home, I guess. He just sort of
Rainy-
walks off towards the captain's
Never-
area, just looking very confused.
Rainy's never been on a or like a sky ship, and the only one she's ever heard of is the one that crashed. With these folks in it, so I don't think they're inspiring a lot of confidence in her right now.
Curani, you look
Yeah.
nervous. That is good. This might crash. It's at least a 50-50 chance. So just brace yourself.
Ooh. Ooh. We'll stay up late studying some more books to try and figure out how to keep something from crashing. We won't figure.
Okay. So you all sort of make yourselves at home. There's places to sit on deck. There's cabins below. This one also very similar to the Sky Song. It's not meant to ferry passengers. It's meant to ferry like cargo, but there is places for you to rest here if you choose. And they tell you that it'll be a 2-day trip to Veltodir.
Is it very busy? Are there like a ton of other people on here, or
There's
Not really.
there's a decent sized crew, but not any other passengers at this time.
we're pretty
But-
special?
Yeah. So yeah, first light comes, and unless there's anything else that you want to do in town before you leave, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh no, did we forget something? We forgot.
fine.
Probably.
That's too late.
Let's go away.
let's just go, and then we'll remember halfway there, and it'll be too late.
Honestly, I'm surprised that you guys didn't want to go harass the chicken vendors more, but you know.
Next time we'll be back.
They
Alright,
just get married or
so-
something. They're probably on their honeymoon.
That's true.
There was a sign that did say closed for wedding.
Mm.
They don't got time for us right now.
Do we get to fly over the wedding? Do we see it? Oh my god, can we like drop some kind of confetti or something on top of them?
No, it doesn't fly over the wedding venue.
Dang it.
You also have no idea when the wedding even is.
Well, you know, maybe Aster will just guess and assume and then just throw stuff.
We could just dump confetti on the chicken shop.
I think that might be cause for alarm. What if it causes damage? I don't want to be responsible for that.
Make it an illusion so it just disappears.
I mean, okay. Can
Yeah,
you
there
do
you
any
go.
illusions? I can't really quote unquote drop one very well. I mean, I could, but no, this would be dumb.
I don't know, right?
I would say I could creation it, but I would need to be holding something and then throw it down. It just would be
Throw a
terrible.
gold piece over.
I hope that doesn't hit somebody.
Fly away!
It hits Bob straight in the skull.
Would be amazing.
careful. I was a golfer. Golfing accidents are hard enough. Be careful if you're ever on a golf course, chat. That would be a lame
Oh
place.
my gosh.
Fly away.
All right. So yeah, morning comes, ship fires up, takes off without any issue. Greenie, this is the first time that you've ever been even near one of these things, let alone like you've seen them sort of like at a very great distance fly around the Briarheart. But for the most part, they stay away from the Briarheart because your people tend to shoot them down
Sure.
when they see them.
Makes
So
sense.
this is the first time that you've been on one that's, not on fire. So.
Same here.
Alright, everybody make me perception checks.
Oh god.
What do I see?
Perception, you said?
Yep.
Oop, no, not that one.
22.
Natural 20 for a 29.
Can't
Oh my
read.
God.
Finally, the
Holy crap.
digital dice are so nice to me.
What?
Oh
Oh,
my god, we're all doing so well. Go us.
Yeah.
Are you having
There we go.
problems there, Keisha?
Yes.
Alright, so Ram got a 22, Lee's got a 23, Aster got a 23,
Wow.
and Craney, you got a what? A 29, you said?
29, natural 20 for a 29.
Why are we on point now and like not
We
it up
see
at
all the
all?
things forever, and then you
Fate
never
has
see anything again.
decided. Fate has decided that this is the thing we need to see, and it's probably something like a flying pudding. Carry on.
It's okay if it's pudding.
Please draw a flying pudding.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, so as you take off, the day itself is rather cloudy and rainy. Weather is slowly beginning to change given the season. It's starting to move into the rainy season. And as you're sort of traveling, the captain like angles the ship upward, and after about an hour or so, you sort of burst through this low hanging clouds into just sort of open sky. The sunlight is shining above the clouds, and it's very beautiful up here. And Karini, you see it first, but way off in the distance, towards the east, you see what looks to be a lightning storm, but it's massive. And it's not anywhere where you're headed, but it looks to be quite a ways off. And you just sort of watch for a while as you're flying, and you sort of pull away. But the lightning storm itself is very odd.
Oh.
There is so lightning never strikes the same place twice. But you notice as you sort of watch, and the rest of you, as you sort of see what Craney's looking at, you notice that the lightning is following a pattern. You see it strike, and then a couple of minutes later, it strikes again in the same place. It's very odd. And it looks to be like the lightning is moving from cloud to cloud, and it's in a very distinct pattern.
I look at all of you and I say, I'm probably the least qualified one to know what's going on, so what's going on? Sure.
You can roll nature checks if you'd like to see if you can sort of discern what's going on.
Can I do a check if it might be magic nature?
My
Like
greatest
an arcana?
11.
Those are clouds.
Could I do an arcana check to see if they're magical clouds?
Sure.
You know what's funny? I don't have Arcana as a skill.
I'm rolling these
Actually-
on D&D Beyond so you can see them later.
Actually,
I got another natural 20 for 23.
can I roll history
Wow.
to see if I've heard of something like this happening before instead?
Okay.
I put them
Nope.
in the tower for no reason. Okay.
Nope, not with that roll. It doesn't sound familiar. But Karini, as you're looking and you're watching the very distinctive lightning patterns, and you remember your time traveling through the Cheshire Expanse when you were riding on the back of Finn, and you remember catching just a very faint glimpse of what looked to be a castle in the sky. This is very similar to that, but it shouldn't be to the east. Everything that you've learned so far of everything that you've learned so far of Valefury Castle, it should be in the northwest. There's no reason for it to be in the southeast. But this looks very much like what you saw.
I know what that means, but like with
So,
this castle.
yeah, because you weren't here that night. I'm sorry. So, Valefury Castle is a cloud giant castle that
Okay,
travels. It usually it's in the northwest, but for some reason what you see, this looks very similar to that, and you're pretty sure that Valefury Castle is way off course.
Interesting.
The captain nearby? Would the captain know anything? We questioned him about it.
You can ask, sure. He's driving right now, but sure.
Maybe he's seen the storms over there.
Yeah. Is that normal or abnormal? What you're seeing in the distance there?
He kind of looks and he has his bosun take over, goes to the railing, and he takes out a spyglass similar to like what Elise is carrying around right now.
Oh no, where did you pull that from? Never mind. What do you see?
He takes a look, and after a few minutes, like you can see that like as he takes a look, he's frowning, and he says, that's very odd. Valefury Castle never goes that far south.
Is there anything
It
that
shouldn't
could
be there.
possibly- What could cause it to go off course?
I mean, any number of things, really. It could just be that they're traveling a little bit further afield, but it's very odd that they're so far east. They stay near the North Sea on purpose. They stay near the Erie. It's a bit strange. I will send a message back to the capital and let them know. Maybe they can keep an eye out.
Is it dangerous for the ship to be anywhere near that?
If we get caught in the lightning storm, sure, but we're not going towards it, so we should be all right.
All right. Well, that's good at least.
Do you have any plans in case, let's just say, we do get caught up, like a safety thing? I know that some buildings have the little escape plan, fire extinguishers, etc., etc.
How about I call my lightning and have my lightning fight their lightning, and nothing could go wrong from that.
Please consider this.
No, we've got, and he sort of points over his shoulder at his bosun, and he says, my first mate there knows a spell that'll get us safely to the ground if we have to jump ship. Hey, Cedar.
Is that a normal thing for each ship to have someone to know that in case if it goes crashing into the ground, let's say?
I mean, apart from the Sky Song, none of the other ships have ever crashed.
Oh.
So we
So
were just very unlucky, and I waved to the first skipper, Cedar, because the timing made it sound like the person's name is Cedar, and I loved it. It was perfect.
Cedar showed up in chat, so
And I'm like, so is that a person, a sorcerer, a wizard?
and they're a bit handy with magic, that's for sure.
That does not answer my question, but okay. I'll go over and talk to them. They seem cool.
Okay.
But I'll let you guys
So-
do this conversation first.
You basically learn that like the bosun is a wizard of some kind and knows featherfall, so if you get totally boned, you have a way to the ground without getting in too much trouble. So
Yes, it is quite important to have a safety plan while you have a chance to get boned into the ground.
sure.
Anyways.
All right. So your first day, other than that, you don't really see much. You don't see much else. It's very cloudy, so you don't see the ground below you. But Karani, you sense more than anything when you pass over the Briarheart. And Elise, you sort of get like a pulse in your gem as well when you sort of get near where that Feywild gate was. But nothing beyond just sort of like a sense of like recognition. And you feel when you pass over it, but that's about all that happens on that first day. Nothing super crazy. The next day, the weather is improved. The further south that you get, the weather improves. Less rain, no clouds, that sort of thing you're able to see. South, like the southern part of Bohami is mostly cows and cornfields, so there's not a lot to look at. It's a lot of plains, open space. You don't see much in the way of like towns or anything like that. Like there's a few small like settlements, but nothing significant that you pass over. But as you sort of near sunset on that second day, you begin to see the mountains in the south, which are the Phasey Mountains. And I want everybody to make me another perception check, please, as you sort of enter this mountain range. Holy crap, Aster.
I have a use. I can see things.
13.
Is it because you put your
Okay.
tongue out and it helps?
Oh yeah, yeah. The whole time I'm just standing there with my tongue just like sticking out and just like. Blah, blah, blah.
Karini, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. It's not gonna be
It's
good. It's a natural 1 for a total of 1.
Ooh. Good.
So, the second morning, like, Bram and Aster, you guys wake up, you feel great. Like, Aster, you had great sleep. Like, for whatever reason, like the hum that the ship makes as you're sailing, it's great. You had good night's sleep. You wake up, you and Ram go up on deck the next morning, just as you see Karani lose their breakfast over the side.
Mm.
Love
And
altitude
Karini,
sickness.
you're Karini, you're gonna have a level of exhaustion for the day.
Great.
Oh man. And you thought the coin was bad falling on somebody? Hmm.
I can't I protect myself from evil? That wouldn't do anything.
Sickness is not
Oh.
evil. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
I
It's not.
know. I need poison disease or whatever. Oh wait, I might have lesser restoration. Hang on. If I do that, it doesn't help with that, I don't think.
I think lesser
doesn't help with
restoration gets rid of a
exhaustion.
level of exhaustion, doesn't it?
No, greater
Or is
does.
that greater? Okay.
Mhm.
Lesser can get rid of like poison, blinded, deafened,
Okay.
paralyzed. It can end a
So-
disease.
As
I don't think this
Karini
is a
is,
disease.
harking over the side, Ram and Aster, you see over the mountains, like as you're sort of coming into the area where Veltodir is, you see in the distance over one peak in particular, what looks to be it's almost like an ink cloud in the sky. It's very strange. And there's it's like a storm, but it seems to be made out of ink. And it's sort of swirling over a mountain. And Ram, as you sort of look at this, you recognize that mountain.
No.
You sort of well, whether you choose to say that you do or not is another thing. However, you recognize that mountain is Fairlawn's Bane,
Yes, that one.
where you woke up from your stasis.
Yeah. That's the one.
It's way off in the distance, but you do see it, and it did not look like that the last time that you were there, that's for sure.
No, it didn't. Very odd. But also fitting.
Aster, you see the same thing.
Is there such a thing as flying squid? What is that?
I believe they're called flids.
Wait, looks at you for a long moment.
No, I actually don't know. That was a joke.
Oh, well.
I don't know anything much about squids except for they get a distant look in their eyes. Squids that are not quite squids. Purple squids with too many eyes, tentacles on their eyes. Squids.
Octopus?
Squids. Anyways, what's that?
I don't know. That also looks odd. There's a lot of weird things in the sky.
I look out. Does it give me any vibes?
Oh yeah. As all of you look at this, and Karini finishes, upchucking, you all sort of look at this, and as your eyes sort of make contact with that cloud, you begin to hear music in your head.
What kind of music?
We going towards
Mongolian
the
metal, perhaps?
Yes, that's exactly what you hear.
Yay! Esther's just
No.
very slowly banging her head.
You begin to hear that same sort of haunting celestial sound that you heard back in Ebonbreak. And the song sort of permeates in your head.
And we can tell it's coming from that inky cloud. Or can we?
You're pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that seems like a big ball of nope. But we're probably gonna have to deal with it.
Sit down on the deck and cast commune.
Sure. So Karini, looking a little paler than normal, which is a feat considering that they're covered in fur, goes and sits on the deck.
Okay. Well,
I go to sit next to Karini. Hey, you need anything? You don't look so
just
good.
keep me upright. I'll be
I
fine.
Elise is very small. Not height-wise, Elise is actually pretty lanky, but they're not very strong. But they do their best, like a friend would to somebody else in university when they're sick, just making sure Karini is okay.
You sort of sit back to back so that you can, lean against each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great, yeah.
We won't be on this thing much longer. We'll be on the ground soon.
Let's see.
Hopefully not too soon or abruptly.
No, not too soon or abruptly. Yes, that would be quite bad.
I can ask 3 questions. They have to be yes or no questions. And
Mhm.
the Everlight might not necessarily know the answer, so unclear is an optional answer.
Okay.
Let's see. In a case where a one-word answer could be misleading or contrary to the deity's interests, GM might offer a short phrase as an answer instead. Then if I cast it more times, bad things might happen.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Alright, so what
I'm
do you ask?
definitely sitting on the deck, trying to like feel some steadiness, feel the like sunlight wherever it might be coming from.
Yep.
And I think like considering the storm cloud situation yesterday, first question Karini might ask is, are the giants lost?
So you're sitting on the deck, and the day is warm still, but the air sort of goes colder, as though the Everlight is sort of saying no.
Okay. And then said we heard like the celestial music. Is it the same song that we heard before, you said?
Yes. Hmm.
Okay.
Same song.
What's her name? Daughter of the Sky?
Yep.
I'm gonna, for the second question, I'll ask if the Daughter of the Sky is in the ink cloud.
So yeah, as the day sort of like the air around you sort of warms quite suddenly, and Karini, you get in your head a very clear image that everybody has sort of seen at this point, but I'm gonna push it out to everybody again. And you get in your head this same image of a figure with tattered wings and a skeletal body and face, sunken eyes, and a halo that burns. It's sort of very clearly all of a sudden in your head, and you're very frightened.
And I think the last question would be, is she a hopeless case? Lost cause.
The air sort of chills around you as if she says no.
Okay.
You get the sense that there is still hope.
Well, I'll tell them that the Daughter of the Sky is over there when I come out of that spell. Are we going towards that? Or
No, so it's
off a little?
it's off to your sort of like left. It's south. Let's see. I can mark it on the map here for you. It's sort of in between where you're going and where the city of Commodore is on the map.
Okay.
But it's much further like east of where you're going.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. But eventually, the ship begins to make its descent, and Ram, you sort of recognize this as the entrance to Veltodir. Veltodir itself is built inside of a mountain. that is accessible in two ways. There's a road, there's one single road that leads in through like the side of the mountain. And then there is the way that the skyship is going in, which is like basically straight down the top, as if though the mountain used to be a volcano. And it's sort of like just right through the middle of that, and the skyship sort of descends in there. And you all see sort of sprawling around you a massive city. I have like 10,000 maps because I wasn't sure where you guys were going. So you see, as you sort of are approaching in this, it's almost like a caldera, almost, but it's like bowed over the top, like it's protected, sort of like almost like somebody took kind of like an ice cream scoop out of the top of a mountain, and the city was built inside of it. And
Oh, sorry.
you're okay, honey.
I was going to say something and then I coughed.
It's okay.
Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
This is where I escaped from.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm.
Where in here did I escape from?
So you escaped from it would be up in the north part of the city up here. I will actually mark it for you here for you. Right there. But as you're sort of coming in, you're landing in that central tower in the city. That's where the skyship is sort of making port. And it slowly hovers down into the city. And Ram, it's been a little while since you've been here, but the city is much unchanged from what you can remember. You didn't explore the city at all when you were here. You sort of were smuggled out the last time that you were here. They smuggled you out as cargo through the main gates. But yeah, the skyship sort of makes its approach, and you feel it sort of gently bump into the landing platform, and you have arrived in Veltodir.
So, just so everybody knows, I murdered a whole family here. They deserved it, to be fair. But just so we're all on the same page.
Do we need to like disguise you or anything? Would they are you being hunted, would you think?
Probably, but I don't know that they would recognize me. I don't know.
Well, if anything, you have a hood, right, with your cape?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe try not to draw too much attention to ourselves unnecessarily. As impossible as I know that is, knowing our group.
All we can do.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
dying?
no.
Okay.
You've landed in Veltodir. You're able to sort of step off the ship onto the tower, and there's sort of like a lift that takes wagons up and down and cargo and that sort of thing. You're able to take that down to the ground level, and as you are as you sort of exit the tower, you look around, and the city is bustling. Like, this city is very busy. It's the capital of Makan, and primarily made up of dwarves. And mostly dwarves and humans. There are a small population of tieflings here. Anybody who wants to can make a history check to see, what other sort of things you know about the town.
I make a history
That's
check.
a one.
Graham, no!
That tracks.
You just wiped your memory of everything else about
Did I
this
roll the wrong
place.
thing? I rolled insight.
Yep.
Can you change
Try again.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same.
Is it the
Wait,
same? Okay, fine. We'll we'll
history.
just take
Wait,
that.
sorry, I can't read. Yeah, they're this. Wait, hold on. I have a problem with spatial, so let me just like. History is the brown line. Yeah, they're the same. They're the same.
Yeah.
It's a 4, right? +4. They're both +4s. Yeah, so they're the same. Damn you, eyeballs and brain.
Yeah. Aster, you have no idea.
Nope.
Ram, you also no idea because you didn't really spend much time here. Karini, what'd you get?
16.
16? Okay, so Elise, you know that Makan as a whole changed from the leadership in Makan changed hands about 12 years ago. The old emperor that was here was sort of unseated, sort of unceremoniously by the new emperor, who is Emperor Wolfrill Brightmane. And
Name.
from all of the reports that have sort of gone out from Veltodir, the last emperor was kind of a dick. Didn't take care of his citizens, sort of abused his power, that sort of thing. And this Wolfrill led an incursion that ended up with him taking over and unseating the sort of the old emperor, and he was named the new emperor. And ever since then, he's been working to sort of like stabilize the region, clear out any sort of unscrupulous individuals. And from what you know with your what is the particular name of your background again? I can't remember. Courtier, right? Yeah. So you've heard that there is some bad blood between Wolfrill and some of the noble houses in town, particularly the Battenbrands, which Ram can confirm. The Battenbrands have a very bad reputation, just sort of all over the place.
Yeah, because they suck.
Yes. The other houses, for the most part, get along with the new emperor, and as you know, political messes like what he sort of took over take some time to straighten out. And he's been working to stabilize the region, and for the most part he has. Trade here is booming. They've become a leader in a way of sort of science and industry here. Veltodir in particular is very industrial. They have a standing military force here, which rivals pretty much all of the others on the continent. Well trained, and you do know that, generally speaking, the Talonstone family has a very good reputation here in town.
Okay. So
And with your background,
they're friends?
Yeah, so with your background, you would know that Amelia Talonstone, who is like the matriarch of the family, could be tapped as a resource while you're here.
Yes. So, I would try to use my courtier feat to like, where are they located? Where can we go try to get an audience with them?
They would be in the North District there, where I have it marked on the map, they're one of the noble houses, so they would be in the same sort of district that Ram busted out of.
Okay. Oh, where the 5 is? Or the 10?
Yeah, yep, up where the 5 is.
Okay. And
They're sort of in that
again?
general direction.
What's the 10 again?
That is the sky tower where the skyship has landed. That's where you guys have entered town.
Yeah, Elise would turn to their posse and they would say, I think we should try to go get an audience with, well, what's their name again?
The Talonstone family?
The Talonstone family, as they were/are an enemy of the Brandenburgs, who we all know are not great people. They reside slightly to the northeast. If we take this road, maybe we can find shelter along the way. Do you have any other ideas, Ram? I feel like this is your domain more than mine.
It's not really. I just left a trail of blood behind me, so it's
Well-
not really my domain.
Hopefully, we can leave a minimal amount, but an impactful amount of the last of this person's bloodline. Anyways, let's go.
Yeah.
Do
Murder.
we know someone named Talonstone? It sounds familiar to me, but it might just be my
Mm.
glitching.
You can make a history check.
Come on, computer.
What'd you get?
9.
No. The name maybe sounds familiar, but it's not anybody that you
Probably from a
No.
one shot or something.
It's possible, but I can guarantee you that it's not anybody that you've heard in this campaign so far because I made it up 4 hours ago. So
We read your mind from the future. Past. We
Ooh.
read the. Woo!
Learning all the divining stuff.
Cedar gave you an inspiration, Granny.
Nice.
Thank you.
So you can re-roll that if you want to.
I will remember this person who was just made up 4 hours ago.
That's a natural 1. That's a 3.
nope.
Nope, a 4. So the higher was the 9.
No, you've got no
See?
idea, sweetie. Maybe it
That's
was like a
typical.
name that you came
Simple
across
one.
when you were researching, but not anything that sort of stuck with you.
I read it in a Bible genealogy somewhere.
Yeah, yep. So,
A genie in a Bible.
Genie in a Bible, baby.
okay.
That's
Well-
my favorite thing I've come up with today.
Great.
All right. So as you sort of,
What time of day is it? Sorry.
it's
Sorry.
getting to be evening.
Oh.
So you can see that there are people going about lighting the city lights here, which you're all sort of curious to see are like gas lamps that are being lit with like fuses on sticks. Very, very curious here.
This place is weird.
But as you sort of step off into the city, that is where we're going to take a break real quick.
We'll be right back. It's on the wrong screen, but that's okay. I fix it. It's good now. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Alrighty then. So, sorry, I'm like double checking my notes because, of course, you guys went where I didn't think you were gonna go. So, all right. All right, so you've arrived in Veltodir. You are standing outside the Sky Tower here. Where would you like to start? What would you like to do?
We might need to start with lodging if it's already late, probably. Kind of get our bearings.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it
we're
is
gonna
getting to be evening.
I think we're walking towards the North Pass looking for an inn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're walking, you do come across a tavern called the Lazy Jester.
What kind of star accommodation would you say it looks like from the outside?
Is it a peasant tavern?
Yeah. How many?
It's all right. It's in one of the higher ends of town. It's not like the best, but it'll do.
Would you say it's like a Holiday Inn and Suites?
Howard Johnson.
It's probably more Howard Johnson.
Okay. Well, like Elise is
Super 8.
Yeah, Elise is tired because they've been on the airship all night.
It's
They
no
couldn't-
worse than the Hunters Guild would have been.
Yeah, but the Hunters Guild.
Here?
There is a Hunters Guild here.
Wait, why don't we just go there?
for free?
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, we go into this tavern to ask for directions for the Hunters Guild and then leave.
Fuck your accommodations in particular.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, the singing gesture.
The
lazy.
Lazy Jester is the name of the tavern. Yes.
Fun.
And the bartender is able to give you directions over to the Hunters Guild. Sure. You want that on the bartender? Okay.
Oh, did you do that to the captain on the ship?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Yes, I'm sick.
Likely excuse.
Okay, so
What's kind of the vibe as we're walking around here? Are people like hustle and bustle, you know, kind of like elbowing their way past, or are they like
nobody's being rude or anything, but there is definitely a sort of like hustle to the city. You can hear, like, even at this distance, you can hear the sounds of like forges and smithies and that sort of thing. You can hear the sounds of just industry here. It's very, very progressive in the way that like sort of modernization and looking into that sort of thing. And Ram, you notice as you're sort of traveling, you're getting that sort of sense in your mind that you get when there are other warforged nearby.
Hello?
You get a response back from about 8 different individuals all at once.
Turn it back off.
Oh. You reach out and then shut them out.
I'm just kidding, I don't actually.
Okay. So you've done this a couple of times now. You're sort of prepared for this sort of barrage of images that come to you. And you see what look to be, a couple of them are working in what looks to be a smithy. You can see a couple of very powerful looking hands holding tools and that sort of thing. You see other sort of individuals are working with. Looks like there's somebody that is studying what looks to be stonework almost, as if they were maybe mid-carve. Just things like that sort of come to you, and you also notice that there's one in particular that is like reading a book of some kind, and they all sort of chorus out at you at the same time and welcome you. None of the designations are the designations are familiar, but not like in a it's more like the all Warforged sort of know each other sort of way.
Yeah,
like
we know the designations and what they mean, but maybe not the person part.
Yes. Yeah, none of these sort of it's okay, honey. None of them sort of stick out at you. But everybody is very like friendly, able to greet you. You after a little bit they all sort of hush, and like one in particular sort of takes over, and you get male in tone. And they say, welcome, friend. How is it you came here?
Skyship?
It didn't crash.
Designation.
So this one's designation is, hold on here, I gotta switch over to my other note here. So this one's designation is so this is WR17.
Okay.
Which that sort of strikes you as a little bit odd, because for a number to be that low, like that designation to be that low, this is a very old Warforge.
Yeah. That's weird. Like, social security numbers with only one digit.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. But this is a particularly old Warforge, and they, you, like, as you're able to sort of focus in on the, you know, like, that image of the multi-pictures, you sort of focus in on that particular individual, and you can see that they're currently working in a smith.
How long have you been here? I'm also saying all of this out loud so the entire party knows that I'm talking to somebody in my head. Okay. Like I do with Reggie.
Come here often?
Yeah, you guys, like, you guys watch as Ram's eyes turn that sort of green color that they turn when they are communicating with the others. And, you get back, I've been in the material plane for quite a while, but I've been here in Veltodir for about 8 years now.
Oh. Cool. Okay. Anything I should know or avoid?
And like you can see, they sort of take a moment and they like read your designation, and there's like silence for a moment.
Glug, 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 glug.
Maybe avoid the golden banner.
Oh?
What's that?
They're the sort of enforcers around here.
Oh, the guards.
Yes.
I guess you know who I am then.
I recognize your designation, yes. What are you doing back here?
You know... I just kind of like look to my friends so that they can see my friends too. What are we doing here? We could have gone somewhere else. Why did we come here?
Because we have a mission from the Queen, and we were gonna have to come here eventually, and it was the closest.
Right.
And Karini knows directions better than me, so... Oh my gosh, I was gonna have us go all the way north and around, and this is not just Elise, this is all... I thought I was going the short way. This is why you don't trust me with directions. I'm not that kind of gay.
I do have that book that could give us directions.
No, this is how it's gonna be a Gary Con too. Don't trust me with directions.
Yeah, that's fair.
So this was the first place that we should have gone.
Oh,
Don't worry, I was trying to avoid it too.
okay. Well, that's good. That's why we're here. We're on a mission from, the Queen, not God.
Started choking on my food. Oh my god,
Sorry.
it was so good.
Okay, well, just keep a low profile, and if you need help, reach out. You can find most of us at the Grumpy Tusk.
Grumpy Tusk.
Yep.
Okay.
And you see, like, he sort of looks up, and you can see he's looking at a shop sign. It's a smithy, and it's a shop sign that says the Grumpy Tusk.
Oh, okay. Got it. The Grumpy Tusk, good place to go.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry, I promise I won't bother you.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
try
You know,
not
I'm
to.
a criminal. No. Yeah.
He just sort of, like, you can see he kind of, like, tilts his head a little bit. Very curious that you came back here.
You know, I didn't want to, but I was outvoted.
Well, it's curious because the Battenbrand child is hosting a ball in
What?
2 days' time.
What the
Oh.
It's close.
murder?
Did you just say
Sorry.
clothes?
Fancy clothes. That's how we get in.
That's what.
Definitely not something we're going to get involved in. This. Because I am a wanted criminal, and they will probably recognize me because I was living as a statue in their house for like wait, we have to go there because of the vault. Fuck.
Is this? Ask what the ball is for.
What's the ball for? Like, they're getting this whole stream of consciousness, like, both sides, so my friends are hearing everything I'm saying to them, and they're all hearing everything I'm saying to my friends.
Yep. And like the other Warforged are just like honed in on this conversation too. Like everybody is just listening at this point.
No.
Go back to your business, there's nothing to see here.
While we're walking, can I ritually start casting Rary's telepathic bond so that we're all telepathically linked as well? We can be like telepathically supporting Ram while also hearing everything, potentially.
Sure.
That's fantastic.
Remind me what that spell does?
I forge a telepathic link among up to 8 willing creatures of your choice within range, psychically linking each creature to all the others for the duration, which is 1 hour. Creatures with an intelligence of 2 or less are not infected by this spell. Until the spell ends, the targets can communicate telepathically through the bond, whether or not they have a common language. Communication is possible over any distance, though it can't extend to other planes.
Okay.
It's the same
So-
thing Abria had in the freaking
Yeah.
Calamity.
In Calamity, yep. Okay. Okay, so as you are walking and Ram is sort of having this two-way conversation with people here, you sort of glance over and you can see that Karani is like looking down, and you guys can see that she is like sort of almost the threads that run between all of you. She's sort of gathered them up in her hand and sort of mutters something, and you all sort of feel Karani in your mind. Like that presence that you sort of recognize as Karani is sort of in your head as well.
Now we can all talk to each other quietly. Hooray! It'd be helpful in the future.
You know the
Carry on with
Katamari
your
Damacy
conversation.
music? Na, 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 na. That's what's going on in Elisa's head. Just like on one channel, that's what's going on. It's actually the innermost spirits and their demons talking, but same
No,
thing.
dear.
Great.
Oh no.
Okay. And so as this spell sort of finishes, you all notice that there is now a thread to clarity.
Oh, what the? When did that happen?
What?
Ah!
Your
Oh, no.
threads now, like you all now have threads with clarity.
Oh,
Cool.
Liberty. Look, your drugs got us all connected.
Yes, that's why.
Think really hard and you can hear it in your head.
Okay. So, anyways, Ram, you hear him say, I'm not entirely sure the nature of the ball, but it has something to do with he's taking a wife or something.
Ew. I mean, that's great. Congratulations. But,
I'm not.
any suggestions on how we get in?
I mean, invitations are hard to come by, but that would be how I would try.
Who do I have to beat up to get an invitation?
Elise, you probably know the answer to this.
The Talon Stone people?
You could try there, yes.
Yeah, we could try there, while we could ask at the Hunters Guild. Either way.
Oh, yeah, that's worth a shot.
I do not want to use our favor sources.
Guess we also have to go shopping at some point.
Nothing totally bad happened in another session where we got fancy clothes and mistwalkers. Nothing bad happened at all.
Yeah,
Well, thanks for all the info. I'll try to not get arrested or bring awfulness to your doorstep.
But what's this person's name?
The Warforged?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their designation is WR-17.
Rit.
Oh yeah, what's your name?
I go by Clash.
Flash?
That's a cool name.
Shh.
Ram, roll me a history check.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm so good at these. Sure, it'll be fine.
Sure, you won't have to make a wisdom save.
13.
The name sounds familiar. So does that designation, but you're not really sure why.
Okay.
The more that you sort of interact with it, that voice, there's something. You're just not sure what.
Okay. Yeah, well, like I said, Clash, thanks for the info, and I'll try not to, you know, ruin your day.
Okay. Just, if you get in trouble, come to the Grumpy Tusk.
Grumpy Tusk. Bye, and I like shut it off.
Okay. It's like if there was a click, it'd just be.
I'm so proud of you. You're making friends, I say in your head.
I thought I turned it off. What are you doing in my head?
We're all in each other's heads. Everyone can talk.
Keep repeating the gods?
Oh no.
Balls.
There's just like static and music coming from Elise.
Actually, hold on. Let me just double check something. Because I would consent to the mind thing, but like there would be some resistance when you try to get into Elise's head at first because they have psychic defenses.
Yeah.
So like Elise has to like let you in. So like you feel the kind of like if you could say something going on telepathically with somebody was slimy, that would be the sensation before Elise lets you in, and then it's just like
You just hear phenomena.
You guys just see like this faint image of Ram and Aster riding a dinosaur on this like rainbow road into infinity.
Wait, if it's on a rainbow road, is it just Yoshi you're riding?
It is a very derpy dinosaur, yes.
Occasionally, from Elise's mind, there's Shuri.
Oh,
There's not Shuri
no.
in Elise's mind.
That's Jersey.
Oh, that's Jersey? What? It's just the lighting, I guess. Hello, Jersey. I'm sorry I mistook you for your sibling. You every so often, Elise's mind, you feel like kind of like a harsh like hiss or a pop or a pulse, something just uncomfortable. Every so often.
And if you focus on Elise, you also hear the sound of rushing water. It's very faint, but you can hear it.
Make you gotta pee.
I guess you do have to be willing, so if you're not willing, it probably.
I am willing, but there's something else inside of me. Something darkness.
Could use this for when we're in the party or whatever.
That's true.
And to get the
That is
cloak.
true.
If we ever need to split up, this is a good way to keep in communication.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with splitting the party.
Okay, so you make your way over to the Hunters Guild, and very similar to the other ones that you've been in. It's a 2-story building. This looks like it was maybe an old like storeroom or something like that that's been converted into a Hunters Guild. The person behind the desk is a male dwarf with sort of dark brown hair and a beard. Very like long and beautiful and braided with beads and stuff in it. And I was ready for you this time. So they greet you, you present your credentials, obviously, and they tell you basically the same thing that you've been told at every other Hunters Guild. Find a bed and fall in it. They sort of give Ram a sort of once over, like, that you can rest upstairs if you want. I didn't think your kind really slept.
You know, so nobody can sneak up on me.
That's fair.
All Let's crash here.
You,
Well, that was fast.
you guys can go up if you want. I'll be there in a moment.
Oh, where are you gonna be?
I'm going to ask them more about the ball. If anybody would like to stay, they are welcome to.
Oh. I'll stick around.
We
got-
I don't sleep, so I'm in no rush.
Franny already passed out on the floor, so I guess.
Face first in the carpet.
I am exhausted, so.
That's fine. So we heard that there is going to be a ball in town.
Yeah, up at the Battenbrands.
What's the
Something
theme?
fancy to do. Supposed to be a wedding.
A wedding between whom? Whom?
Psst.
Whom's
Well, the Battenbrand boy is getting married to one of the other noble houses. They're planning on joining a house.
Which house?
Sorry, I'm
Bye.
rapidly scrolling through my notes that I made up 4 hours ago.
Goodbye, Jersey. I'll miss you so much. You waddle.
Supposed to be
waddling.
supposed to be marrying Helga Brushield.
Shield.
Can I do a history check on the Baruchios?
The brew shield. It's like brew a beer.
Brew Shield.
Shield.
I thought they were just Italian.
The Baruchios.
Yeah.
They are now, apparently.
They are, they are Italian.
Yeah.
You have
Oh,
no
wait.
idea who that is.
I'm not using my inspiration. Though you can give inspiration with your channel points if you ever want to. Or do other things with them. You can't see me dabbing right now because I don't have my
This isn't
camera.
really one of the ones you probably wanted to know, but if you want to, but you mean
Well,
don't
the thing
have
is,
to.
if I fail my wisdom save, well, the creature's chasing me. I don't want that to happen.
Well, this is not, that dire of a situation. Just saying.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I only have one inspiration, so I'm saving it for that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I look at the others to see if maybe they know something about the brew shields.
I just choose not to know anything. Is this an arranged marriage or like do they actually like each other or
It sounds like it's an arranged marriage.
okay.
Both of those are for Elise? Okay. There, Elise, you have lots of inspiration now.
Oh
Okay,
god.
Can I use one of them posthumously?
No.
Okay.
Aw.
Could I ask them, do you know, does the Hunters Guild have any invitations to such an event?
No. They don't invite riffraff like us to events like that.
Do you know who they might be inviting? What sort of riffraffery?
Well, the Opal Braids and the Hillfoots are on good terms with the Brew Shields, and everybody likes the Talon Stones. I mean, you could speak to them, but good luck.
Thanks.
Why good luck? Pastor.
It's a bit odd, this wedding. The very hush-hush, behind closed doors kind of thing.
In planning the wedding or
No, the wedding itself.
Oh,
Generally
oh.
speaking, and he sort of looks at you, Aster, and he's like, I don't know what you know about Dwarven weddings, but it's generally a celebration for the whole town.
uh-huh.
This is not one of those events.
Why would they uninclude people? I mean, that must not be a very popular decision, I feel.
Well, something to do with security, for one. The Battenbrands I don't know if you know, but most of them were murdered a few months ago.
We might have heard something about that.
Murdered. So the rumors are true.
Very. It was quite an uproar.
Can I just what's Ram doing during this?
Making myself scarce and out of line of sight of this guy.
Well, you're the shortest we've ever seen you.
Yeah.
Oh, that must hurt.
Yeah.
Ram.
So I go, so but to forego customs, if this person's joining the Brune Shield House, you would think that, you know, it would be less about them and more about the conjoinment. It's quite strange, quite strange.
It's a bit odd, yes.
Yeah. Anyways, do you know how to get maybe an audience with the Talon Shields?
I mean, you just go ask. They're pretty open with people.
Do they have any favorite gifts?
No, because I didn't think that far ahead.
No problem. Do they like cheese, perhaps?
Who doesn't like cheese?
Right? Who doesn't like cheese? I mean, standard gifts are...
some coffee.
Oh, yeah. We don't talk about Cade here.
Oh my god.
Just kidding. We love you, Cade. They tell you, I mean, standard gifts are any kind of ale, and dwarves in general are fond of shiny things.
Do you like shiny things?
I do. That's why I work here.
There are quite a lot of shinies that come in and out of the Hunter's Guild. I know somebody who is quite fond of that's not Elise messing up, that's me. I know somebody who is quite fond of people who like shiny things, and I elbow Clarity.
She's kind of like, you can see she's trying very hard to like just blend in with you guys.
Anyways, thank you very much. I believe we'll go crash in a room. If anybody asks for us, we're sleeping. Goodbye.
All right. Have a good night.
And then I strut upstairs.
The rest of you follow Elise.
Rainy's already asleep.
Yeah.
Granny,
I just have
Granny.
like carrying over my shoulder. And I'm, like, using
That
her
must
butt to
look
hide behind.
hilarious.
No one will know. This isn't totally obvious.
Yeah. But we find a room that we kick probably somebody out of and put all the beds together.
Yep. Standard operating procedure for you guys.
Yeah.
That's like a requirement. We have to go into a room that's already occupied. We just can't have like an empty room.
Never mind, there are other rooms that are empty. You're just
No.
like, no, we gotta find the one room that's got a person in it. And
Those are peasant rooms. We know better.
Exactly.
Pre-warmed blankets.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I don't sleep, and Aster usually sleeps under the bed, and
Elise has cold flesh.
Elise sleeps spread eagle, and Curini sleeps with her butt in the air,
Oh, that's right.
and her nose down in the sheets.
Little caterpillar. Oh
Like
my
Charlie
god.
Brown when something
Yeah.
bad happens to him.
Because I'm used to sleeping in beds that are too short for me.
Like the guy at boarding school I knew who was 7'2".
How does Clarity sleep?
that's something that
Aaron isn't here.
Erin will have to make up when she comes back.
I made it up for Curini, so
That's
I feel
true.
like we can just impress this upon it and make it canon.
Okay, so how does Clarity sleep?
Like a ballet dancer. Arms are up in the air and like little pirouette on the ground.
Okay.
lying sideways, so like the bed is lying like this.
Oh, like I sleep.
Yeah, and like against the footboard or headboard. Not in the middle.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Oh, wow. Another reason Karini has to sleep with her butt in the air. The full length of the bed is not available.
You just sort of put Karini in a bed. Clarity climbs in there to sleep. Elise, I'm assuming you just sort of like sploot out.
Yes.
By the time I feel like Lise is the kind of person that they like start very compact, and by the time they wake up in the morning, that's when they're like
Just
fully
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
like when a
I
pet sleeps with
unfold.
you and they're like just inching up, and then by the time you wake up, they're like turned sideways with their feet kicking you off the bed.
They've
As
taken
one
half
does.
the bed.
As one
Sounds
does.
about right.
Hmm.
Okay, well, Karini, since you're already asleep, make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh.
What? Why though?
Well, you make that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Because I'm the DM and I said so.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's a 29.
Oh.
Damn.
29. Okay. You have very strange dreams, but none of them sort of make any sense. The only thing that when you do wake up in the morning, the only thing that you do remember is that you very vividly had a dream of an hourglass filled with black sand that was about halfway empty.
Okay.
It's the only thing that sort of like that sort of like sticks with you.
Okay.
But you do get a night's sleep and you're no longer exhausted, so there's that. Aster, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw as well, please.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't have laughed earlier. Shit.
Decisions were made.
Wisdom saving throw. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see how this goes. This better be good. How am I wise? I'm so wise. I'm a wise little ant.
You're a druid, sweetie.
Oh, well, sometimes I forget.
Okay, so with a 21, you wander in your sleep. And you can sort of decide where you fall asleep. I know typically it's under the bed with like one foot sticking out, but I don't know if you're doing that now or not. But as you sort of drift off to sleep, your mind wanders down a familiar forest path that you've been. And this sort of winding path drifts through darkened trees, and eventually you come to a very familiar tree. Large, and you've been here before in your sleep. And as you sort of look around, you recognize the form of Aurora Boros winding and twisting around the roots of this giant tree. And he sort of picks his head up and he looks at you, and he doesn't say anything, but like he sort of brings his big sort of black adder face down so that he's on the same level as you, and you can see there is concern on his face.
Oh.
But he doesn't speak. It's almost as if there's something almost something interfering.
Uh-oh.
You're not really sure what it is, but it's like when you wake up in the morning, your head feels itchy, but on the inside.
Ugh.
And Ram, you notice that Aster fusses a lot more than normal in her sleep.
Just pat her head some knitting or between like rows or whatever. Trying to calm her down a little.
But yeah, and Elise, surprisingly enough, you don't have any bad dreams. You don't have any strange images, nothing. Your dreams are very calm, very collected.
Rude.
And you don't hear the river.
Oh. That doesn't sound great.
And when you wake up in the morning, like, you feel very rested, but it's almost like you're on edge.
Okay.
You're not really sure why, but for whatever reason, when you dream, you usually hear the sound of the river.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing. It was quiet. It was so unbelievably quiet that when you wake up in the morning, you are like you touch your ears and kind of look around the room, like checking to see if maybe you've gone deaf. But you can hear Ram, like the clicking of the knitting needles as Ram is working, and you know that you are still hearing things.
Hey, Karani, you want to lead me in prayer or do something like that? Something's weird.
Or had a weird. I think I had weird dreams, but I don't really remember much. I just remember an hourglass.
Everybody
Okay.
can make history checks if they want.
Sorry.
Oh gosh.
13. Okay.
Yeah, lucky number.
16.
What are we rolling?
History.
Oh, okay. I was like, yes, I'm gonna roll. Wait, what? History. I was pressing the wrong buttons.
Okay, so, please, when Karani says, hourglass, something sort of like clicks in your head from like a history lesson, maybe from when you were young or something like that, but you remember a story about the sands of time and how history is doomed to repeat itself. And when the sands of time run out, then that means that chaos has won and the lands will be wiped out. And everything will start over.
Hey, you guys ever hear about the sands of time? Maybe like if we were to take it not metaphorically but more literally, like that hourglass maybe we saw previously when the gates opened. You guys remember that?
Ram, as Elise says this, something in your sort of memory core goes off, and you know this hourglass is at the top of a tower in Mechanus.
And with like the black sand and everything?
Yep.
Oh.
Mechanus is the plane of absolute law. Time is kept there.
Okay. What does it mean that it's half empty?
That means
Can't be
we're
good.
halfway to chaos winning.
It means that if the sands of time were to ever completely empty, that more than likely Tharizdun is loose and the world will reset. Everything will be wiped out. All life that's known as mortal, anything that's not considered divine, will be wiped out and everything will begin again.
Hmm.
Well, that's not fun.
Why am I having dreams about an hourglass in Canis?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
You all did see this thing in a dream in the swamp when you were still in Aster's home.
That's what Elisa's referencing. We saw it when it was halfway filled. What did you see it as, Karani, in your dream last night?
Same, about half empty.
About? Okay. Well...
Did it look any less comparatively?
No, it was very similar.
That means we might not want to go to Dinosaur Island right away.
Yeah, it seems like there are things that we really do need to focus on.
Okay.
I know, I'm sad too we can't go to Dinosaur Island right away, Karani.
Well, it's just more incentive. You know, the sooner we fix everything, the sooner we can take a vacation to Dinosaur Island. That'll be our reward.
So, what we want to do first is try to go gain an audience with the Talonstone. And then, if we manage to gain ourselves an invitation, then we have to get some clothes. Because I am sorry, I know you are my friends, but even I do not look ready for a wedding right now. While I do not look like a peasant, I am not in my ultimate form.
I mean, I have to wear pants.
So pants, a skirt.
Maybe I shouldn't go, because, I mean, I killed the whole family.
But then you could kill the last one and then you get a bonus. It's like bowling.
We do need to be strategic about that, though. That is very true.
Necklace?
I'm sure.
Wow.
It only works for half an hour, and then I need to take a nap, or just relax for about an hour.
Yeah, we've tested it many times. It's always half an hour.
What do you mean you've tested it many times?
Well,
Aster never lying. It's about to just divulge. Well,
she wouldn't divulge that much, actually. She would be like, it's actually a personal matter, but...
Does anybody want these cloud spun robes? Wait, these are for me, actually. I bought them, never mind. I just haven't put them on yet.
Oh, God. Yeah,
How fast did I try to learn polymorph or something? No, that would not work.
That's above your skill level right now, isn't it?
Well, it's also, I don't think it's in the cleric list.
We don't... Do we have anything that we can kind of just, Jimmy together?
Druids might be able to cast it?
What about magic face paint change appearance? Wait, how long does that last? That doesn't last very long, I'm sure.
Yeah, that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
I believe Aster's got some of that, yeah.
Yeah, I have many things.
Last?
It's a great question. Conveniently, as long as a wedding?
What a beautiful wedding.
What a beautiful
Constructs
wedding.
even be polymorphed to begin with?
I mean, to at least look like, not like a different model or something, you know?
Mechanically, in D&D terms, I still quantify as a creature.
Yeah, you're still a humanoid.
What if we just,
Did Aster have polymorph, or Elise? Or is it still too high of a level?
I don't know.
I just don't have that spell, and I only have a certain amount of spells. Let me double check my spell list, because I do have illusion spells, but...
So, you are in the capital city, okay?
Right.
There are resources everywhere. You just have to sort of think about how to use them. And I know that we said that we were going to have kind of a shorter session tonight, so this is probably where we're going to call it, to give you guys a little bit of time to plan. Okay?
Yeah.
And you also level up.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shoot.
Level 10. Level 10.
What other spells can I learn that will never hit anything?
In that case, get ready for multi-class.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh,
Starting.
baby.
But yeah, so that's where we're gonna call it for the night. Because Affy and I have a 12-hour stream tomorrow, and
Yeah.
Fair point.
Fine. We're fine. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Still have your RAM on.
Yeah, I was just turning it off. I hope you join us tomorrow, not that it matters, because I still sound like shit. Join us tomorrow. We're starting at 11:30 with Hammer of the Gods, Dungeon Daddy Rick, for our Together Among the Stars, fun, chill space exploration game. It's myself and Artemis and obviously Rick. And then we're going right into our birthday extravaganza. Birthday bash of amazingness. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, I hope. Thanks everybody, and stick around for the raid. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Oh, there.